This is Diandra Lazor, and you're listening to Traumatic Cinematic.
Traumatic Cinematic, bitches.
Check us out, traumaticcinematic.com. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the internet. I am your horrible host tonight, Mugumbo, and with me, like always, on This Week with Traumatic Cinematic is our hero in the house, Mike Wycliffe.
Hello.
And to counteract the hero, we have the hater, Mr. David DeMoss.
Oh, I'm a hater? I don't even get to be a villain? Fuck you.
And the hillbilly of the bunch, myself. Me.
So Dave is Zod to my Superman, and you're Bibbo.
I will find him.
I'm just here to put a podcast together and talk about a whole bunch of cool little shit. Folks, we are here to talk about what has happened in the last 7 days of pop culture, current events, and other things we find cool and interesting. We have a very special guest with us tonight. The very beautiful, talented. You might have seen her, you might not have. You've seen her and you might have thought she was someone else. Maybe, maybe not. The many faces of Diandra Lazor. Lazor or Lazor? Or
Laser.
Laser, like laser beams on their head?
Yep.
Exactly.
Is that actually how it's pronounced, or do you just like it when people pronounce it like that because it sounds awesome?
It's laser normally.
Pew,
Oh,
pew,
sweet.
pew.
Yeah.
That is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Even
It possibly
would
could
never
be
tell anything else. Anything else.
It possibly could be a pen name. It's very possible it could be a pen name. I'm just saying. It doesn't matter. She is the leader. She is the head hero of Heroes Within Us, which is the yin to the yang of the monsters within you, right? Or the monsters among you of the Days of the Dead costumer haunter tribe of peoples. Yes?
Yes.
And I have to say personally that it's one thing, and it's awesome. The guys, we've had a couple of them on here. Nick, we've had Chris Blair, we've had Nick on last week. I wanted to get Wicked Beard on here and talk to Jeff, but we're going to get to him at the show. You take the hard route. You are the good guy. You don't get to wear the mask, do you?
No, not at all.
You have to become much more like the character naturally, or makeuply, or hairly, or whatnot, than somebody that can then paint a mask and put it on and look spectacular.
I do. I have to tease my hair, and it's hard. I mean, I kind of envy the monsters a little bit because they get to wear the masks and everything like that, and I don't really get to do all of that, but I love the heroes so much that it's worth it.
And the monsters is a guy thing. There's some girl monsters, right? They're like some of the Hellraiser, some of the Cenobites, right? I've seen her, and she's friends with Chris, and I do believe she's coming to Days of the Dead this year. What other heroes? There's Ash, and I feel silly because I cannot remember his name that plays Ash.
Adam King.
Yes,
Adam
I remember him from last year. He plays a very good Ash, very well done.
Yeah.
What other heroes are we going to look forward to?
Well, we have a Mad Max played by Steve Percifield. We have an Alice Johnson played by Taylor Bursky. I hope I'm pronouncing all these names right because they've never pronounced them for me, so I'm just kind of going.
Alice, what's Alice from? Alice, what's
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes.
Oh, yes, okay. All right, go on.
And then we have an amazing Dr. Frankenfurter, portrayed by Zachary Allen. A lot of people wouldn't think he's a hero.
Oh, Dave. Oh, man, Dave.
Yeah.
I was about to ask. Yeah, that's.
Son of a! Dave. I'm sorry, man. If I'd known that, like, you're gonna have to think of something else now. You're gonna have to think of something else. I know you.
Yeah.
Your heart was set on that.
I've got more options.
All right. I would, but I can't lose the beard.
By what standard would you say Frankenfurter? Would you count Frankenfurter a hero?
Absolutely,
when
he's
we
a
had
hero.
our competition, because we used to do it online last year, I had every entrant write a little essay on why they think their character is, why they like their character. And Zachary wrote out a wonderful essay on why he thinks that Dr. Frankenfurter is a hero, and just basically, be yourself and believe in yourself and that sort of thing. And at first, I was like, what? Frank as a hero, but he made a really convincing essay, and I'd probably butcher his reason here, but because I know I'm not doing it justice, but it's still on our page, and
what's the link for that? What's your page?
What page? Mike?
www.facebook.com/Heroes Within Us.
Excellent, and that'll also be on our site, traumaticcinematic.com, link to, just in case if you guys forget. Diandra.
Yes.
I absolutely believe Frankenfurter's a good guy. You know who I also think would be a good guy? Dexter.
Who?
Dexter.
I would love to have Dexter. I think he's a
I've seen some
guy.
posts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is he just and I know, like, you could just be some random guy coming in. Or do we know? Like, do you guys know him? Like, I just seen some of the pictures online, and folks.
That is somebody
That's
doing a
Nightmare Man.
Dexter experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Nightmare Man of actually Monsters Among You. He actually does.
Oh,
Dexter.
he is a monster, but Dexter's a hero. He
I
takes
know.
out bad
Well,
people.
Wasn't that remember your first season though? That's
I don't know. Like, I think
can't be a killer and a hero.
I think we need a panel.
Except, of course, it works that way all the damn time.
I think we need to host a panel on this discussion. I think that needs whether Dexter should be a monster or a hero.
You need to drill him. You need to
Always
seriously
both.
question his loyalties.
I will.
Shit,
Like, maybe we will. Maybe we
both,
will.
Always both.
We will have a live mic at Days of the Dead, one way or another. Like, there will be, or when I say live, it'll just hot. Like, it's recording, but it might never go anywhere. We might not have a memory card in there, but the red light's on. So you're also doing another very good guy kind of thing, because I just can't see you. I can just hear in your voice, you're a good guy all around. You've got a white aura, like kind of making you glow amongst, like, even the audio airwaves here. It's quite beautiful. You have, like, that song, and maybe I'm looking at your avatar, which is amazing. But one of folks at home, if you're not familiar with Diandra Lazor here, Lazor. I can't say. I just want to say Lazor. It sounds anyway. She plays an amazing Nancy Thompson, which, for those of you at home that is not familiar, it is Diandra.
The heroine of A Nightmare on Elm Street, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, and, Heather Langenkamp in Wes Craven's New Nightmare. She is considered Freddy's ultimate nemesis.
You know what? I actually like, especially the last one where she kind of plays herself and the character like that. Like, I really love that one, just because Wes Craven was being really kind of interesting with it. I think it was kind of a prelude for Scream, wasn't it? As far as creativity, just playing with the whole stereotype of horror and realizing, like, people really dug that. But then I like the Dream Warriors, but that was not a Nancy Thompson one. But I did like the.
Dream Warriors totally was.
It was fun because we were, there was kids living out their fantasy, but they were taking amphetamines to stay awake and yada yada yada. I am, my absolute favorite of all the monsters is Freddy. Freddy then Pinhead. Those two, it's very close. Freddy then Pinhead. I do not care for Jason Voorhees. I do not care for Michael Myers. I do a movie Twitflix tweet along thing. We've been doing Jason Friday the 13th movies all month this month, and I mean, Corey Haim was in one, but I was so disappointed that the other Corey wasn't in it, or Corey Feldman was in one, and the other Corey wasn't. I don't know which Corey. I can't tell the two Corys apart.
Feldman. It was.
But
Feldman.
Still alive.
I thought they always came in pairs. And they didn't. And after I realized that the other one wasn't there, I was just so disappointed. So Diandra, when you're not watching horror, when you're not getting inspired to I mean, it has to be hard. You don't get to put the mask on. You don't get to put the like the skull cap on and the contacts to like you actually have to have that kind of facial shape, and your hair has to be teased and done up in such a way. Like, does that make it harder for you? Is it frustrating sometimes? You feel like you're like stuck within a genre, like you're gonna play someone you really don't like?
Well, I mean, I love Nancy, of course, so that makes it totally worth it because she's the whole reason that I love horror in the first place.
You have a natural similarity.
Oh, thank you.
But without, something drastic like plastic surgery or something ridiculous. Have you seen American Mary yet? Anytime I think plastic surgery, I think American Mary anymore, guys.
No, I want to see that. That's
you should. As a woman, you should. You might actually find your.
The Soskas actually did a tweet along with their movie because it just was released this week.
Yes, it was. I wish I could have done that, but I was working. So some other thing, guys, going on here lately. Sadly, we've and I don't like. And Diandra, we will be right back to you about your cosplay stuff we're
going to go to from the good conversation
to our ridiculous. Here we are a current event show. So there was a hey. Have you guys like Christmas, right? Like, who doesn't like Christmas?
Grinch.
No. The Grinch doesn't like Christmas. No, I guess the Grinch wouldn't like Christmas. Well, there was a movie that I remembered. It was what was it? It was Surviving Christmas, and Ben Affleck was amazing in this. Well, apparently,
words that have rarely been spoken.
Oh, what, Ben Affleck being
Affleck
amazing?
Was the bomb in Phantom, Joe.
Word, bitch. Phantom's like a motherfucker.
But apparently the guy that played the father in that movie passed away here recently. What was his name? It was
Tony Soprano.
Tony Soprano. Thank you, Mike.
That was not his name.
No way.
Let's face it, that's what everybody remembers him for and will remember him for, and from what I understand, rightly so. Everybody knows I'm not a huge fan of turning the gangsters into the protagonist, but
I am.
My understanding is that the show was excellent and good for him.
Really, Mike? You never seen the show?
It's never good when you see somebody pass away at 51 from a heart attack, especially somebody who had, he's got a young kid. And it's never a cool thing to hear about.
Yeah, the biggest saddest part was that he was on holiday with his child, but shit happens. It sucks. We live in a pretty rough world.
And he's not even the only one this week. The other big one that passed away this week is the one that single-handedly saved us from a Martian invasion.
Single-handedly Martian invasion? No, it's
Slim Whitman, who famously was played back to the Martians in Mars Attacks and was the cause of our being saved from the Martians. Passed away this week.
You know what? I knew that too. I knew that. I absolutely.
But he was
knew
also
that.
like 90, so
he was. That was like
wasn't really a surprise.
That was the most popular yodeling song ever to be broadcasted. From what they said, like, is from. Speaking of like other musical things that are going on, they did announce for Days of the Dead. We have got, and I guess it's not considered a musical guest, but he is Odorous Ungerus from the band Gwar. Odorous Ungerus has announced signed the papers. He is coming from Antarctica, flying in. Fucking to basically blow our minds, rape our dogs, and shoot bloody semen all over the crowd. I guess it is kind of what he does.
He's got to have a hobby.
From Antarctica, where they found him frozen in the snow, ruins.
He's a penguin fucker, dude. He's a penguin fucker. It's gross. I'm sorry. I apologize, Diandra. I felt awkward with a hero in the room. We call Mike a hero, but he's not really a hero. It's like when evil people call each other like a hero. Like, it's kind of like,
like they call the big guy tiny.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, hey, what's up, good guy? Like, shut up, don't say that. But so Odorous Ungerus is going to be there, and I'm guessing he's going to be sporting that 3-foot freaking alien cock that he carries around in costume. I don't know if he's going to be
Cuttlefish of Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, it's
So I have a funny Gwar story, actually.
Ooh.
Several years ago, I used to do some work with a toy company. And I'm not going to go into which one it was because it was a giant disappointment all the way around.
Adams and Eve.
But they're pretty easy to find if you look
Go
around.
ahead, Mike. It's Adam and Eve. It's Adam and Eve. He was working for Adam and Eve.
Yes, I was working for Adam and Eve. But they actually, this company actually at one point was doing, or was supposed to be doing, Gwar action figures. They only put out one. It turned out to be an unpainted resin statuette more than anything else, but that's a whole other story. But as part of that, I actually ended up sharing a hotel room at San Diego Comic-Con with Techno Destructo from Gwar.
Awesome.
And he's a very interesting guy who is not the best smelling guy.
I think he actually discusses that, how much he hates stinky hippies, even though he smells like one.
He really smells like one.
Is he the guy that has like the Roman spiked helmet in the face?
He's the guy with the giant wrench.
Yeah, I don't think
he's with the band anymore.
Oh, probably not. Well, I mean, Odorous devours his bandmates every few years. He says such a thing.
He just has to watch out for one of them to slip him like a rock, wrapped in swaddling clothing.
He will devour the rock in swaddling clothing and enjoy it. And anyways,
and then in 10 years, the bandmate will come back and kill him.
I trolled YouTube and Typcore in there.
Start all over again.
Yeah, you know where this conversation...
He also ran up my cell phone bill a little bit.
Damn it! I don't have international minutes. Anyway, so Diandra, last year was pretty spectacular. Days of the Dead. Do you only do Indianapolis Days of the Dead? Do you go to Chicago? Do you go to Atlanta?
I did go to Chicago this year. I did.
Excellent.
I didn't get to make it to Atlanta or LA, but I did make it to Chicago.
I don't think those have started yet, have they?
Well, LA, their first con was in April. And Atlanta, I believe, I have to check, but it's usually the first con after Indy. I think that's escaping me right now. But it's usually the convention right after Indianapolis, and then comes Chicago, and then comes LA, I think.
Ooh, Los Angeles. Have you ever been to Los Angeles?
I did. I have. Not in like 5 years, though.
Oh, I've been twice. I loved it. But I was glad to come home. I was like, I didn't want to live there. It was cool to go to, but I was glad to leave. But it was neat. It's different. Especially when you're from the Midwest. It's different. It's like, there's hills out here.
And smog.
The smog. It was ridiculous. Anyways, so what other crazy neat things? I saw something about a Lego movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
The Lego
and it
movie.
actually looks like a lot of fun for an hour and a half long commercial.
Yes, they paid millions of dollars to make CGI look like stop motion. Instead of
basically.
Like, we need you to dumb this down. It's too smooth. We need blockier. Like, what do you think about this? No, I need blockier. 16-bit is what we're looking for.
Their previs for this Lego movie was all done stop motion Legos.
Wow.
So while they finished it all in CGI, they did it all in stop motion first.
See, I want to see that. I want to see that released to theaters. That I would gladly pay like $7 for. That would be awesome.
But considering, it's got a great voice cast. Chris Pratt, who's actually playing Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, is the lead. But it's also got Morgan Freeman is one of the voices. Will Arnett is the voice of Batman, because all the DC Legos are in there. Although, for some reason, the Star Wars and Marvel ones are nowhere to be found.
Oh, because Disney owns it.
The movie looks like a lot of fun, actually. They've released 2 trailers this week after having nothing for a long time. And I really kind of am looking forward to it. I think I'm going to try and take my niece and nephew.
Excellent.
I suppose that's what it could be for.
Diandra, you are, as a hero, doing a great cause. You are collecting at Days of the Dead, July 5th, 6th, and doing a food drive, correct?
Correct. Yes, we're collecting canned goods for Gleaner's Food Bank of Indiana. We could also collect non-perishable food items, but I feel like those would get crushed by the cans. So I'm trying to limit it to cans, but if people bring in non-perishable food items, that's okay. Just nothing that's been like canned at home or lacking a label or anything like that.
So labels on.
People,
labels
leave
on.
your
And
canned
please
jars
no
of beets
cream
at home. No canned beets. Leave your homemade canned beets at home. All right? But bring your green beans from Del Monte, please.
More than welcome. More than welcome. Yeah. But we'll be doing that July 5th and 6th. Not the 7th. I'm going to try and have all the food picked up on the 7th. But, yeah, we're collecting it at the Heroes Within Us table. I'm not entirely sure where that's going to be yet. We haven't been told, but probably the vendor room. But we'll have barrels and boxes for all the canned goods and some information on Heroes Within Us as well as Gleaners.
Excellent.
And do you guys have a web presence for that information, or is it just on the... Do you guys have a Heroes Within Us website also?
We currently do not have a website in itself, but for the food drive, we have Heroes versus Hunger. That's the title at Days of the Dead, Indianapolis, 2013.
The monsters among you aren't going to come and raid the food supplies, are they?
Heck no!
Like, I could just see like Shredder like stabbing the cans, in the boxes, like ha ha ha, like pesky turtles, I will foil you once again, or something terrible, Maybe that's just me. Like I don't know. Like
only if it's a can of turtle soup.
Hopefully, just have hopefully Ash will be on hand there to.
Ash will be there with his chainsaw.
Yep. Yeah, he should be able to hold off Shredder or Scorpion or Pinhead or whatnot. Hopefully, I can't help either because I'm just immortal. Amortal, not immortal. Mike is immortal and Dave is
so far.
Dave's actually a zombie. We don't realize it. He's actually. We're gonna find it out when we meet him for the first time.
I'm
Dave,
just. Dave hasn't
it's
weird. I don't know who I am. The Phantom Stranger is Judas, and Pandora is Pandora.
So Diandra, Dave here is from Portland, Oregon. He's flying in, and he hasn't told us yet. He's a little person. I know. I've looked it up. I've done my research. I didn't know he's a little person, and he's kind of sensitive about it.
What can I say? I got the short gene. I'm not sensitive. You got to embrace who you are.
It's okay, Dave. Hey, it's okay. You don't have to get angry, Dave. Like, you don't have to get angry. All right, folks.
Like me
I think that's about it. Anything else, guys? That did I forget out? Anything? They didn't introduce a new Doctor Who, did they? Like, we don't know who the new Doctor is or anything.
No, they're
special like
saying
that
they'll make that announcement in August-ish. There were some interesting things that were kind of announced this week. There's some talk right now that Benedict Cumberbatch may be in a Neverwhere movie. Recently, they did a radio adaptation of Neverwhere in the UK where he played Islington. And apparently...
That's easy. Yeah, just that's cast. They shouldn't have to worry about that.
Apparently, Neil Gaiman, who has heard it, was interviewed about that this week and is familiar with how great that cast was and is kind of promising that there will be a Neverwhere movie and that's who he's going to cast. And so he also is saying that there's going to be a new Neverwhere book. So that should be interesting too. And also among the on the topic of books, Stephen King has he's written the Shining sequel. They released a trailer for the Shining sequel novel this week. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't watch trailers. I'm going to wait until I read it. But
fair enough. They also announced on just other news. Robert Downey Jr. is officially in for the next 2 Avengers movies, but they didn't say anything about Iron Man 4. So they may move that around, and he may just be in 2 of the next Marvel movies as a major character. But as of right now, I'm kind of okay if they don't do an Iron Man 4. They can come back to Iron Man later if they want to.
But be a bit part in other ones, in other Marvel franchises, be like a character. He comes on location for like 2 weeks. They give him, $4 million, and
I'm sure that's sort of what'll happen. But he's definitely going to be a major character in the next 2 Avengers movies, which means we're getting at least 3 Avengers movies. Which in case that wasn't a foregone conclusion, it is now.
Well, it's hard to make a box set with 4, so you got to have 3 and then 6. So you can't have a 2
and then
box set.
Just as another aside, even though I personally don't really care. It's kind of a big deal to a lot of people. This movie called Anchorman 2 released a trailer this week that actually looks kind of funny.
Yeah.
An actual trailer, right? Not that bullshit we saw in front of Star Trek? Okay.
An actual trailer.
Okay. Well,
All
it's
right.
about time.
Well, Diandra, is there anything else you'd like to see? Miss Laser? Laser.
Not that I can really think of. Not unless any of you guys have any sort of questions. Ooh, but I do want to add that even though I do Nancy, I am actually teaming up with Chris Blair this convention and doing Kirsty Cotton.
I was going to ask if you were doing any other characters. So
Yeah, I'm doing Kirsty Cotton.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Will there be any Tina Shepherds amongst you?
I would love to have a Tina Shepherd, but no one has come forth. I'm a little upset.
It's okay. The fact that I did
Dave,
not
you
have
found
to
your calling.
The fact I didn't have to explain to you who Tina was just warms the cockles of my heart enough to get me through. So
he's got cockles in his heart. All right, folks. On that, I hope we warmed all the cockles out there in audio land.
Not yet. We have serious heroes need to stand up.
Yeah.
Will the real heroes please stand up?
Yes, put out a call. Redheads
should have a heroes drive at the convention.
Ooh, like tastes great, less filling kind of thing. We'll do like a go to hell, you go back, blah 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 or something.
No, stab serial killers in the eye with coat hooks. It's fun and profitable.
Not a wire coat hanger though. I hope
coat
not.
hangers. Yeah,
no wire hangers.
No wires.
Oh, well, that's just cockleific. All right, folks.
Or telekinesis.
I'm so glad y'all tuned in tonight, and I hope you also check out the site, traumaticcinematic.com. We will be having a special grab pack for those that are driving into Days of the Dead of the shows that we have done that are about Days of the Dead. We're going to put that into a package that you can download and put on your phone or iPod or whatever and listen on your way to the show. That way you can be totally informed of how ridiculous we're going to be while we're there.
So what you're telling me is that I need to read the emails that you send me.
You haven't been reading. I actually put relevant things in there. Anyways, all right, folks. I'm so glad you came in, listened to us, enjoyed us. And you know what? Tonight, we got 2 monsters, and we brought in a hero, so Mike's lucky. It's 50-50. So this time, we kind of split it down the middle. Mike, you're lucky.
I survive.
He survives to battle once again. The hater, the hillbilly, and the hero. All right, folks, till next time. I'm on the internet.
Saddam. Nations drowned in their own blood. Where's Saddam go? Saddam go. Everybody is there. Where's this our spaceman fellow? He's mixing it around like a bird. Trying to take the time. Deal with the vision of. They were the ones who divided the sun and the guy with the pain and the guy 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 and the guy. Tiger chases its own tail.